I'm skateboarding, my mind just goes into skateboard mode. It doesn't think about anything else in the world, and I'm not worrying about anything.
Whenever I'm like stressed out, I go skateboard and it feels like I can release all that energy.
I kind of just like feel like the air, like the wind.
The thrill of it, but also it feels, it just freeing.
I just get to be a kid again. I just look at skateboarding as a symbol of like creativity and freedom in this world that I feel like can be applied to like a lot of our lives.
Or camera A.
Oh.
This is Skating Soundwaves, scene 6, Matt.
What got me interested in skateboarding was just like finding my dad's old skateboard in like our basement one year and standing up and making it past that like bump at the end of the driveway for the first time. You know, skateboarding has this reputation of being high flying, dangerous, but it doesn't have to be massive or scary or like intimidating or even impressive. I've built skateboarding into my body in a way that there's like scar tissue happening in places. To me, that's art, like building something into your body. Same the ways that you play the guitar, you build the guitar riff into your hand as you play it. So I like the challenge that skateboarding brings. And when you surpass the challenge, when you rise above, you get that freedom, you get that motion, you get that air moving through your hair when you had it. When I had it. So I have a condition called retinitis pigmentosa. It's a hereditary condition and it's also progressive. So should be fully blind in like a couple years when I'm like 40.
Well, Angelia was born with low vision, so we didn't really know if she could see at all till she was probably about 6 or even 9 months.
I have albinism, and it's like I can see pretty good, but I fall and like trip a lot. I also can't really see that good. Like stuff is pretty blurry.
Both Curtis and Cassandra have aniridia, which is the absence of the iris, so that means that it's 100% pupil.
You know, I don't have any control over the light that comes in or out of my eye. Loss of detail, no depth perception, things like that.
I was born with about 10% vision, and for skateboarding, I normally can't see what's on the ground or like what's coming towards me unless there's something there that's bright that I can see.
Can you tell me a little bit about how Route and SkateBats got their start?
Yeah. So back in 2019, I think, we had blind skateboarder Dan Mancina come up to Calgary to do like a demo. So I think we had like 15 kiddos come out to check out skateboarding. These are all kiddos with like very low vision showing up to a scary new sport to come check it out. That's like a big deal for us in the low vision and blind community. Problem with the Dan Mancina event is that it was a one-off. Dan Mancina obviously had to go back home, but we saw that there was like a crowd here ready to go, ready to skate. So me and some friends started a small club called SkateBats, which started off with just like 2 or 3 kiddos. And then where Route came in is one of my participants came in, his name is Curtis. He approached me, he said, I want to do skate park adaptation for visually impaired and blind people.
So I was a member of the CNIB's National Youth Council, and one day we had gotten an email saying there's these community engagement grants that are available for you to be able to do something. We brought kids in, we, kind of research and development in a way of different adaptations that would work, and it just kept growing. One of the things that we do to help make the park accessible, it's really within these temporary adaptations that we use. One of the biggest things that we find is a lot of people, myself included, don't have any depth perception with a lot of the features, right? It all kind of blends into one. So what we do with the colored tape is we place a piece of white tape on flat ground and then a bright color. We typically go for pink on a transition, whether that be up or down. We also identify stairs, rails, boxes. Myself here in the compound, there's a rail that I almost always run into because I never see that. So if I put a box around it, then I kind of know where that rail is and I'm able to avoid it. We then also use different markings, tactile markings as well. One of our participants has completely no vision and she really enjoyed having the tactile indication before going down a ramp. Another adaptation is beepers. beeper boxes. And so then that's an auditory indication as to where you are. You know, changing that up, it can be really beneficial for someone. And that's the beauty of this, because it works, but it's temporary. It's being able to be put down in your specific needs.
I kind of was their guinea pig in a way, where I was testing like the rumble strips and making sure that we could see like the tape. I attended all the programs, and I was there helping, if it meant like helping set up the tape or taking down the tape, or helping some of the other skateboarders skate or guide them through the skate park.
What was your experience like working at the compound and working with SkateBats?
It was very humbling, like just seeing all those skaters who are visually impaired and trying to like take on such a scary sport even without the impaired vision. And I don't know, it's just like seeing people overcome fear in such a different way that I'm used to. I was coaching this one kid named Nikita. I think they're almost fully blind, and it was all like hands-on stuff and just communication, and I was kind of being taught by Nikita how to teach them how to skateboard, and that was really inspiring to me, just like already knowing what you need and just spatial awareness. It was really impressive. Overall, I would say it was just like super cool and inspiring to see these kids really like struggle and improve and progress and get better at what they're doing.
Just like that. And remember, stay stacked. You don't want to lean too far forward or back. Okay. Okay, we're ready? Yeah. Perfect. We're just going to start small and go a little bit. Nice. How'd that feel? Good. Good. You want to go more of it? Uh-huh. Okay, let's do it. I want to try to get to the top.
I love watching these kiddos realize that they are skateboarders and that they're doing something that their sighted peers at school maybe don't have the guts to do. I think that's really cool.
She was starting to reach an age prior to us finding SkateBats where a lot of the sports and things that her friends were doing were getting to be too fast. Seeing her land those tricks, that improvement and how excited she gets, and it's been really great.
My nickname's Leah, so I call it like the Leah line, and I like drop down one of like our skidding drops, and then I drop down another and go up the 10-foot and drop that, and then do a kick turn.
I've definitely seen her confidence grow as she gets older. Some of the differences in the way she experiences the world or the things she can do become more noticeable to her. So knowing that she can skate or do whatever with her friends has been really positive.
We didn't know the skateboarding community, and you hear stereotypical things, and I really kind of wondered, do I want my kids to be part of the skateboarding community? But they have embraced SkateBats, and it's the best thing that you can watch, and to see your children thrive in that environment is wonderful.
I like the community about it. Everyone knows everyone, and like when someone lands a trick, we'll all like cheer for them, which is really nice and fun.
People just get stoked on kids rising up to the challenge and learning how to skateboard better than their like sighted peers for the most part. At the very beginning of SkateBats and Alt Route, I made 3 industry phone calls. One to New Line skate parks, another to the compound, the indoor skate park, and then another to 9 Times. We had like pretty much the whole skateboarding community come around to really make sure that we had like the programming that we needed. Here in Calgary with skateboarding, they're down for like the inclusion, the difference, the adaptation that it takes to include blind and visually impaired people in skateboarding. So yeah, I think that just shows how dynamic this community is.
Hey, you went backwards! Are you supposed to do that? Oh, when I ran, don't let it hit you!
You just feel so good after leaving there, because nobody is telling these kids you shouldn't be doing this. Everyone's like, let's do this, let's go, how can we help you be successful? And they can do anything that they put their mind to, right? It just takes, doing things a little bit differently.
go. Yeah.